L'hymne national du Cameroun. Merci de vous tenir toujours debout. Nous allons continuer avec les prochains hymnes, celui du Tchad et du Niger. Place au Tchad. Hymne national du Niger. Merci de vous arrêter. Sorry. It's not the item of Niger.
Thank you. The band, please, this is not the right national anthem for the Republic of Niger. We apologize for the mistake.
If we have people from Niger here, would they be willing to sing the national anthem, please?
Give you the speaker.
I know that in this room, je sais que dans cette salle, il y a des gens du Niger. Alors si vous pouvez, on vous aidera pour chanter avec vous l'hymne national du Niger. Yes. Here we go. Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Please stop. Please stop.
I think, unfortunately, that error has been made. Can I ask everybody to please sit down? Apologies. We will make sure that by the end of today, we're able to actually play the right national anthem. We apologize most profusely to our brothers and sisters from Niger for this major error. we will close this meeting with the Nigerian national anthem. I promise you that. Please accept our apologies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 5th Lake Chad Governors Forum. It is my pleasure to welcome the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who is ably represented here by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Distinguished Senator Honorable Kashim Shettima, GCFR. Sir, welcome to the forum. Also here with us today, our host, His Excellency the Governor of Yobe State, Honorable Maimala Buni, CON, COMN, Chiromang Gujuba. Sir, welcome. Also here with us, yes, a round of applause, please. Also with us here today is the Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, CON, MNI, FNSC, FNIE, AE. His Excellency Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, CON, the Governor of Adamawa State, is also here with us. Welcome, sir. It is also my pleasure to welcome Her Excellency, the Governor of Hajar Lamis region in Chad, Honorable Eljima Abdurrahman. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. The Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator for the United Nations in Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed Fall, is here with us as well. Thank you, sir. Mrs. Elsie Atafwa, the UNDP Resident Representative in Nigeria, is also here with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Et bienvenue aussi au directeur du Bureau de coordination des États de transition à la Banque africaine de développement, le Dr Yero Baldé, et aussi la directrice du développement du Haut-Commissariat de Grande-Bretagne au Nigeria, coprésidente du groupe de soutien international Cynthia Rowe. Nous avons aussi aujourd'hui parmi nous le directeur régional Afrique, représenté par le docteur du UNDP, du PNUD, représenté par le docteur Mathias Nab. Applaudissons aussi la présence du représentant spécial du secrétaire général des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Sahel, Leonardo Santos Simao. Nous avons aussi parmi nous le commissaire aux affaires politiques, à la paix et à la sécurité de la Commission de l'Union africaine, son Excellence ambassadeur Adeo Bankole. Aussi parmi nous, le secrétaire exécutif de la CBLT, chef de mission de la FMM, l'ambassadeur Mamanohu. Et je souligne la présence du chef d'état-major de la République fédérale du Nigeria, CJ Moussa, OFR. Bienvenue. Bienvenue à cette 5e édition de la Commission du Bassin du lac Tchad. Aujourd'hui, je suis tellement heureuse de vous voir si nombreux parmi nous, si nombreux, très engagés et surtout plus que jamais engagés pour cette noble cause qui est celle de façonner l'avenir de la région. Excellences, Monsieur le vice-président de la République fédérale du Nigeria, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les gouverneurs, Mesdames et Messieurs, distingués invités en vos rangs, grades et qualités, applaudissez pour vous-même. Merci d'être là. Je suis Haché Amat Mustafa. Je modérerai en langue française ce forum aux côtés de ma sœur.
I am Kadria Ahmed, and I'm your English moderator, welcoming you once more to the 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum with the theme, Rebuilding the Lake Chad Basin, Consolidating Games, Commitment to Peace, Cross-Border Cooperation, Security, and Sustainable Development for a Resilient Community. This gathering is being hosted by the Yobe State Governor, His Excellency, Honorable Maimala Buni, and it's in collaboration with the Lake Chad Basin Commission, the Africa Union Commission, and the United Nations Development Program. Without wasting any more time, allow me to get the program started by calling on His Excellency to do his welcome remarks. The Executive Governor of Yobe State. A round of applause for him, please.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Senate President, ably represented by Senator Kaka Shehu, the National Chairman of Africa's largest political party, Dr. Umar Abdullahi Gonduje, MFR, Your Excellency, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe GCON, Your Excellency, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State, CON, Your Excellency, Alhaji Ahmed Umaru Fintiri, the Executive Governor of Adamawa State, CON, Your Excellency, Inzima Abdurrahman, Governor of Hajar Lamis region of Chad, Your Excellency, Abati Idi Jan, Governor of North Region, Cameroon, Your Excellency, Mijinyawa Bakari, Governor of Far North Region, Cameroon, General Mahmoud Ibrahim Bago Dongba, the Governor of Difa Region of Niger, General Saleh Hagarat Jani, Governor of Lag Region, Chad, the President of the 9th Senate, Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lan, GCON, the Sardona Mbade, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors of Yobe and Borno States, Your Excellency, Ambassador Mamman Nuhu, Executive Secretary, Chad Basin Commission, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for West Africa and Central Africa, honorable speakers of Yobe State and Borno State, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly, honorable ministers here present, representative of the African Union Commission, our development partners, security chiefs and other senior security officers here present, Your Royal Highness, the Shehu of Borno, and other emirs and mais here present, members of the state assemblies, honorable commissioners, local government council chairmen here present, other distinguished delegates, sons and daughters of the Lake Chad Basin member states, members of the local organizing committee, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, extremely distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is with immense honor and gratitude that I welcome you all to this significant regional event, the 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum, being hosted by the Yobe State Government in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. This underscores our unity of purpose and rekindling the age-long standing brotherhood among the member states. I am particularly pleased to welcome His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, the governors of the Lake Chad Basin, the United Nations, African Union Commission, UNDP, and other dignitaries and esteemed representatives of regional and international support groups and stakeholders, including civil society organizations, multinational joint task force, traditional and community leaders for this gathering of immense socio-economic security significance. Nigeria, under the leadership of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, has consistently demonstrated its commitment to regional cooperation and stability. As the largest stakeholder in the Lake Chad Basin, hosting 74% of the affected population, our leadership reflects a profound sense of responsibility to address the shared challenges that transcend borders. This forum exemplifies Nigeria's role in fostering unity, collaboration, and strategic solutions across the basin. The theme of the fifth forum is rebuilding the Lake Chad Basin, consolidating gains, commitment to peace, cross-border cooperation, security, and sustainable development for a resilient community. As the theme suggests, this will again provide another opportunity for states and provinces around the Lake Chad Basin region across Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon republics to discuss and reflect on the journey so far since the regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience became operational 5 years ago. Today, we convene at a time when the Lake Chad Basin faces multifaceted challenges that includes growing demography, security threats, limited infrastructure, climate change, socio-economic disparities that demand concerted efforts. Yet, there are also reasons for optimism. Progress in stabilization, the voluntary, safe, and dignified return and integration of displaced populations, and a growing momentum toward durable solutions towards rebuilding both lives and livelihoods of the affected communities. This forum remains a beacon of hope, serving as the cornerstone for strengthening and promoting good governance, cross-border cooperation, dialogue, and coordinated action among the Basin 8 territories. The conversations and commitments we make here are instrumental in shaping policies and interventions that address the root cause of instability and lay the foundation for sustainable development. Over the years, the Governors Forum, in close collaboration with the Chad Basin Commission, African Union Commission, and development partners, has established itself as a leading political platform for policy dialogue among various stakeholders with a view to generate applicable policies and programs geared towards the short, medium, and long-term stabilization and development of the Lake Chad Basin region. Through this inclusive and collaborative approach, the forum facilitates the formulation of concrete and actionable strategies aimed at stabilizing the region while advancing recovery efforts and fostering sustainable development. The regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience of the Boko Haram-affected areas of the Lake Chad Basin region is a testament to what we can achieve collectively. Its localization through the territorial action plans highlights the importance of ownership and inclusion in our stabilization efforts. Yobe State has directly benefited from the regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience framework through infrastructure rehabilitation, livelihood restoration, and community cohesion projects. This reinforces the critical need for continued partnerships and innovative resource mobilization to amplify these successes. As we embark on the deliberations of this forum, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, for his political leadership and continuous commitment to advancing national, regional, and international peace, development, and security agenda. The United Nations, Lake Chad Basin Commission, UNDP, African Union Commission, and all the development partners, groups, and partners who have been instrumental in this journey. I urge all stakeholders to remain steadfast in our commitment to the principles of peace, collaboration, and resilience. Let us reaffirm our shared vision of a peaceful, stable, and prosperous Lake Chad Basin. The challenges we face are vast, but so too our collective capacity to overcome them. Together, we will build a region that exemplifies the strength of unity and the power of partnership. Yobe State Government, as fifth forum host, is pleased to provide the platform for delegates and participants to strengthen networks and collaboration towards ensuring stabilization, recovery, and resilience across the Lake Chad Basin region in the months and years ahead. Therefore, on behalf of the people and government of Yobe State, once again I welcome delegates and participants and wish us all fruitful deliberations. Thank you.
Merci au gouverneur exécutif de l'État de Yobe pour son mot de bienvenue. Et sans plus tarder, je vais inviter ici pour son allocution le gouverneur exécutif de l'État de Borno, son Excellence le professeur Babagana Omar Zulum, CON, MNE, FNSE, FNAE.
Inviting His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Omar Zulum, CON.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress Party, His Eminence, the Shehu of Borno, Your Excellencies, the governors from the Republic of Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad, Ambassador Maman Dunhu, Executive Secretary of the LCBC, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, former Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Ahmed Lawan, members of the National Assembly, former governors, former deputy governors, ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, UN resident coordinator in Nigeria, Mr. Mohamed Fall, UNDP country representatives, ambassadors and representatives of international organizations, Speaker, Borno and Yobe State House of Assembly, members of the Houses of Assemblies from these three states, members of the Borno State Executive Council, members of the Adama and Yobe State Executive Council, heads of security agencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with an immense sense of excitement and deep humility that I stand before you today to address this distinguished gathering of eminent personalities whose presence here underscores the significance of this event. I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you, and particularly to those who have traveled from across the globe to be part of this momentous occasion. I also welcome you all to Borno State, a place that is not only known for its rich history and cultural heritage, but also for its deep-rooted traditions of peace, hospitality, and resilience. Today's gathering is indeed a historic and groundbreaking one. and it marks an important milestone in the ongoing efforts to rebuild and strengthen the Lake Chad region, which has long been a focal point of cooperation, challenges, and opportunities. Before I proceed with my remarks, it is crucial to take a brief moment to reflect on the historical context of this forum and the extraordinary journey that has brought us here. Since the inception of this forum, which was first hosted in Maiduguri in 2018, we have witnessed a series of follow-up events that have had far-reaching impacts. In this forum has evolved beyond its technical discussions, emerging as the highest political platform and the central rallying point for all efforts aimed at strengthening regional cooperation, facilitating integration, and ensuring a sustainable development of the Lake Chad. At this juncture, I must emphasize that beyond mere rhetoric, the Lake Chad region is indeed the future of Africa. With its youthful and rapidly growing population, the region is positioned to become a major driver of economic progress and political leadership. The potential of this region to shape the future is not only Africa, but the world at large cannot be overstated, provided we continue to nurture its growth and the right support and the strong political will necessary to address its challenges. Since the establishment of this forum, Borno State has remained steadfast and committed to its realization of its vision and mission. In our efforts to rebuild the state and restore the social contract between government and communities, we have made significant strides in providing essential infrastructure, enhancing security, and creating livelihood opportunities for our people. These efforts are aligned with the broader goals of the forum, which seeks to foster peace, security, and sustainable development in the region. The Governors Forum occupies a central role in the governance and coordination of the region's response to both regional and territorial challenges. It serves as a critical platform for cross-border dialogue and cooperation, where leaders, policymakers, and stakeholders can come together to exchange ideas, share knowledge, and support ongoing efforts towards regional stabilization, recovery, and resilience. This year's theme, Rebuilding the Lake Chad, consolidating gains, commitment to peace, cross-border cooperation, security, and sustainable development for a resilient community, is both timely and relevant, given the rapidly changing dynamics within the region. As we gather here today, we are keenly aware of the evolving challenges posed by climate change, the need for durable solutions to the region's displacement crisis, food insecurity, and the promotion of cross-border trade. These issues form the backbone of the thematic discussions scheduled throughout the forum, and they underscore our collective commitment to a brighter future for the Lake Chad region. Over the years, Borno State has prioritized agricultural transformation as a key pillar of our recovery strategy. With a focus on irrigation systems, resilience crop production, and support for smallholder farmers, we have made significant strides in ensuring food security for our people. These efforts are directly aligned with the thematic focus of this year's panel discussions, particularly those related to food security, where I, along with the Minister of Agriculture of Nigeria, have the honor of participating as panelists. Another critical area of focus is the development of emergency preparedness plans to respond to extreme climate shocks. The devastating floods that have affected areas such as Maiduguri serve as stark reminders of the urgent need for proactive measures to mitigate the impact of climate-related disasters. As a region, we must prioritize flood prevention, efficient water resources management, and swift response mechanisms to reduce the damage caused by such events. Borno State, along with other territories affected by the crisis, have made considerable investments in designing and implementing strategies aimed at providing durable solutions. Our own strategy, spanning the years 2025 to 2077, is backed by a total budget of $2.7 billion, with Borno State committing 15% of its annual budget to the cause. This strategy targets the needs of approximately 5.5 million people, including 2 million displaced, 500,000 refugees, and 3 million other displaced individuals. Our durable solutions strategy is anchored on government-led, people-centered approach, and it is designed to align with existing national and regional policies. In terms of progress, we have recorded significant achievements in peace building and social cohesion, particularly through dialogue, youth engagement, and re-establishment of cross-border trade corridors. We are also proud with the partnership efforts with the United Nations Development Programme, UNHCR, World Food Programme, UNICEF, FAO, international organizations and national organizations, IOM among others, which have helped provided infrastructure and livelihood support to refugee returnees. These initiatives represent a vital part of our Building Back Better framework, which seeks to restore and enhance the resilience of the affected communities. At this point, I would like to express my profound gratitude to the national governments, regional institutions, multinational and bilateral partners, research institute, and the international support community. A special thank goes to the governments of Germany, Norway, UK, Netherlands, Sweden, and to the media for their unwavering support in the implementation of our strategy. We are also immensely grateful to the joint LCBC and UNDP teams for their guidance, leadership, and technical support, as well as to the African Union for their continuous engagement in our efforts. This collaboration is essential as we move forward with the adoption and the implementation of the reviewed strategy. The poor state of infrastructure, particularly roads, from Nigeria to the Republic of Cameroon, the Republic of Niger, and Chad, remains one of our greatest challenges. Therefore, on behalf of my colleagues, I make personal appeal to the donor community and all our partners to support our efforts both technically and financially. Together, we can ensure the success of our collective vision for a more prosperous, secure, and resilient Lake Chad region. I would like to take this opportunity to express my profound appreciation on behalf of the government and good people of Borno State to His Excellency, Mr. President Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Under his leadership, we have seen a remarkable commitment to peace, security, and sustainable development. To His Excellency, the Vice President, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for personally gracing this occasion. Your leadership continues to inspire us as we work relentlessly to fulfill our mandates and uplift the lives of those we serve. We are truly thankful for your steadfast commitment. We must acknowledge and express our deepest gratitude to the brave men and women who have ensured our safety and security through their sacrifices. The relative peace and stability that Borno State and other states enjoys today would not have been possible without the courage, dedication, and resilience of our gallant soldiers. Police officers, security agencies, local vigilantes, and the civilian joint task force. Furthermore, I cannot conclude without recognizing the vital contributions of our international partners. A special thank goes to the donors of the Regional Stabilization Facility, particularly the governments of Germany, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom, amongst others. Their invaluable support through funding and resources has significantly bolstered our effort, enabling us to provide shelter, food, and non-food items to the people of the region. Their contributions to the One UN offer for the Borno model are a testament to the power of international collaboration and solidarity in addressing the challenges we face. Finally, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all Excellencies, Royal Highnesses that are here, and other distinguished guests and personalities who have honored us with their presence today. It is truly a privilege to share this historic occasion with you, and I'm confident that through your collective efforts, we will continue to build a brighter, more resilient future for the people of the Lake Chad region. Once again, thank you all for your invaluable support. May Allah bless all of us and guide our efforts towards lasting peace and stability.
His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, reiterating his steadfast commitment to the Lake Chad Governors Forum and its objective. Another round of applause for him, please. Please allow me to also introduce Anka Fieldhursen, who is the co-chair of the International Support Group and Director for Civilian Crisis Prevention and Stabilization for the German Federal Foreign Office. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Another round of applause for her, please. Two quick announcements before we move on. This is a bilingual conference. What that means is that on your chairs, there are little translators, and you can actually plug them in to listen. If you're not a French speaker, when people are speaking in French, the channels are as follows. I think channel 1 is English and channel 2 is French, so that your life is made easier and you're able to follow all of the proceedings. Okay, finally, allow me to also say that we have a third supporting MC in the person of the Honorable Commissioner of Information for Yobe State, Mr. Abdullahi Bego. He's the gentleman standing right there, because I know a few people would have been wondering who he is. Without wasting any more time, please allow me to invite Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, CON, for his remarks. He's the Executive Governor of Adamawa State.
Pour les traductions en français, vous avez des appareils à côté de vous. Le channel 1, la chaîne 1, c'est pour l'anglais, et la chaîne 2, c'est pour le français. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, ably represented by one of our own, and our leader in the Northeast, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Shetima Kashu. Your Excellencies, my colleagues in the region, governors, senators, vice, deputy governors, our traditional leaders, other distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, sorry. Sorry. I want to join my colleagues in welcoming you to the 5th edition of the Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum meeting today. That we are holding this meeting as the 5th one is a testament of our collective recognition that we have a problem at hand, and we are collective in the resolve to tackle it. It is no longer news that the basin has been passing through the worst environmental turmoil, evidenced by shrinking water resources, loss of biodiversity, and threat to wildlife migration. The United Nations Environmental Program finding recently revealed that Lake Chad has shrunk 90% in 60 years.
and blame the situation on climate change, irrigation, construction of dams, and population increase. The shrinking of Lake Chad has led to a decline in fish stock, reduced agricultural productivity, and increased competition for scarce water resources. It is equally stale to mention that this environmental degradation is responsible for climate change, which is an aggravating factor for conflict and terrorism, as it creates conditions for poverty, desperation, and resentment that makes people more vulnerable to recruitment by armed groups. Informed studies have equally disclosed that there is indeed a positive correlation between the changing fiscal environment of Lake Chad and the intensity of violent extremist activities in the surrounding area over the years. The realities we have had to contend with are the severe and multifaceted impact this conflict has imposed on the Lake Chad Basin. The insurgent group has caused massive displacement of people, with millions internally displaced people and refugees in the region. It has also undermined human security and worsened existing vulnerabilities, including poverty, food insecurity, malnutrition, environmental degradation, and gender-based violence. The conflict has equally destabilized state institutions, eroded social cohesion and trust among communities and authorities, and disrupted economic activities such as trade, agriculture, fishing, and border commerce. This has been our sad situation in the basin. The cheering news is that the world recognizes this gloomy characterization and do understand that there will not be a global peace without the right answers to the question of the Lake Chad Basin. I must commend everyone, state and non-state actors, who has a role to play in placing these burning issues on the global agenda. The Lake Chad Basin, the Lake Chad crisis is indeed of global concern, and neither its causes nor its effects respect national borders. This is the premise upon which this forum is founded. This understanding why we are all meeting for the, Your Excellencies, distinguished participants, as we set out to start this meeting, I want us to interrogate the extent to which our regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience has performed. I want us to take a critical look at our individual and collective roles as national and subnational government, global and regional organizations, international, national and local NGOs, and even our development funding agencies and the banks. Can we actually say that we have done enough to guarantee the RSSRR as we all committed to in the region? Can we match the size of the resources placed at the disposal of government and the international and local partners with the level of progress made in responding to the crisis in the region? This extent of affirmative answers provided to these questions are the determinants of what brings us close to the theme of today's meeting, which is rebuilding the Lake Chad Basin, consolidating gains, commitment to peace, cross-border cooperation, security, and sustainable development for a resilient community. A term apt for the region and at the moment. A term good to open doors for more questions and more answers. It is my honest belief that this meeting, both the plenary and the technical session, will not only show the way out of the Lake Chad Basin crisis, but give more hope to the world that every player in this space has a conscience to search and a truthful duty to perform. The world is waiting. Africa is anxious. The Basin is still bleeding. Our people are hopeful. Good day and happy deliberation. Thank you and God bless you all.
Merci à Son Excellence le gouverneur exécutif de l'État d'Adamawa pour son allocution. Permettez-moi de signaler la présence du chef d'état-major de la République fédérale du Nigeria, le général C.J. Moussa, OFR, dans la salle, s'il vous plaît. Nous allons donner la parole à Son Excellence Eljima Abdrahman pour son allocution. Elle est la présidente sortante du Forum des gouverneurs du bassin du lac Tchad pour la province du Hadjer Lamis au Tchad. Alors, juste, on va s'excuser parce que Madame Eljima va devoir faire son discours depuis son siège là-bas. Donc, on s'excuse d'avance et en attendant, sous vos applaudissements.
Merci. Excellence, Monsieur le représentant du président de la République fédérale du Nigeria, chef de l'État et chef suprême des armées. Excellence, l'honorable Tajunde Abbas, président de la Chambre des représentants du Nigeria. Excellence, l'ambassadeur Maman Nou, secrétaire exécutif de la Commission du bassin du lac Tchad, chef de mission de la force multinationale mixte. Excellence, Monsieur l'ambassadeur Bakole Adeoye, commissaire aux affaires politiques, à la paix et à la sécurité de la Commission de l'Union africaine. Monsieur Leonardo Santos Simeo, représentant spécial du secrétaire général des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique de l'Ouest et le Sahel. Madame Anoua Azekowa, sous-secrétaire générale des Nations Unies, administratrice adjointe du PNUD et directrice régionale pour l'Afrique. Monsieur le docteur Yero Baldé, directeur du Bureau de coordination des États en transition à la Banque africaine de développement. Madame Cynthia Roé, coprésidente du groupe de soutien international pour la stabilisation, directrice du développement, Bureau des affaires étrangères du Commonwealth et du développement au Nigeria, au commissariat de Grande-Bretagne au Nigeria, Madame Anka Feldezen, coprésident du groupe de soutien international, directrice en charge de la prévention des crises et de la stabilisation, ministère fédéral des Affaires étrangères de la République fédérale d'Allemagne, Son Excellence, mais je vais dire ses excellences parce que nous sommes nombreux gouverneurs, je ne citerai pas à un moment tout le monde. Je vais citer le gouverneur de l'État de Borno, le gouverneur de l'État d'Adamawa, le gouverneur de l'extrême nord au Cameroun, au Tchad, pardon, au Niger, excusez-moi, et le gouverneur du lac Tchad en République du Tchad. Mesdames et messieurs, les membres du corps diplomatique et les représentants des organisations internationales accréditées au Nigeria, messieurs les chefs traditionnels et principaux dirigeants influents du bassin du lac Tchad, mesdames et messieurs les représentants des États membres de la CBLT, Mesdames et Messieurs les représentants des organisations des femmes et des jeunes, distingués invités, c'est avec une grande fierté et un profond sens de responsabilité que je prends la parole aujourd'hui lors de cette 5e édition du Forum des gouverneurs du bassin du lac Tchad en qualité de présidente du Forum des gouverneurs du bassin du lac Tchad, CBLT, et gouverneur de Hadjer Lamis en République du Tchad. Permettez-moi de commencer mon propos pour exprimer ma sincère gratitude à nos hôtes pour leur accueil chaleureux et l'organisation impeccable de ce forum. Depuis plus d'une décennie, la région du lac Tchad fait partie des zones d'Afrique où sévit une insécurité orchestrée par des violences sans répit, ayant entraîné une perturbation du tissu social et la destruction des moyens de subsistance traditionnels, des déplacements internes des populations dans leur propre pays ou dans les pays voisins. En effet, nous faisons face à des défis complexes et interconnectés, des crises environnementales, des tensions sociales et politiques, des inégalités croissantes et des menaces transnationales. Fort de ce constat, la Commission du bassin du lac Tchad, la Commission de l'Union technique et financier ont initié l'élaboration de la stratégie régionale de stabilisation pour le relèvement et la résilience des zones affectées par la crise Boko Haram dans le bassin du lac Tchad. Le Forum des gouverneurs qui nous réunit cette semaine est l'un des organes de mise en œuvre de cette stratégie et représente la plateforme essentielle qui favorise le dialogue politique, la coordination et les échanges transfrontaliers sur des questions relatives à la stabilisation, la consolidation de la paix et au développement durable dans notre région commune. Mesdames et messieurs, comme vous le savez, la province de Hadjer Lamis, depuis juillet 2023, assure la présidence du Forum des gouverneurs. À ce titre, au courant de notre mandat, plusieurs actions ont été menées en direction de mes pairs. Ces initiatives ont permis de planifier une tournée d'échanges au fait d'identifier les défis communs et de proposer des mesures palliatives appropriées au niveau régional. Au titre de celle-ci, du 17 juillet au 1er août 2024 et en octobre 2024, j'ai respectivement rencontré les gouverneurs des territoires affectés par la crise Boko Haram. Je cite ici le gouverneur du Nord et de l'extrême Nord au Cameroun, le gouverneur de Difa, le gouverneur de l'État de Yobe et de Borno au Nigeria et le gouverneur du lac Tchad. Ces visites de travail qui s'inscrivent dans le cadre de la redynamisation de la coopération transfrontalière ont permis d'échanger sur les questions sécuritaires, socio-économiques et humanitaires de la région du lac Tchad, ainsi que sur l'état de mise en œuvre de la déclaration du 4e congrès et de formuler des recommandations utiles pour la consolidation de la paix et le développement de la région et pour accélérer la mise en œuvre des recommandations et orientations issues de la 4e édition de ce forum. Ainsi, sur le plan sécuritaire, nous retenons un bilan globalement satisfaisant des actions militaires menées par nos pays respectifs sur le terrain, mais avec la nécessité d'intensifier ces actions à court et à moyen terme et de renforcer la veille au niveau des frontières. Poursuivre le rapatriement volontaire des réfugiés qui se trouvent dans nos territoires tout en renforçant l'encadrement et l'accompagnement des déplacés internes dans leur communauté jadis abandonnées. Nous soulignons également la nécessité pour les États membres de la CBLT de renforcer le contrat social avec les populations d'une part et de mettre en place un mécanisme efficace d'appropriation et de pérennisation des nombreux acquis liés à la mise en œuvre de la stratégie régionale de stabilisation. Sur le plan socio-économique, nous mentionnons la nécessité de multiplier des initiatives à l'endroit des femmes et des jeunes en vue de les rendre plus autonomes et de faciliter leur insertion sociale. C'est l'occasion pour moi d'encourager les initiatives intergouvernementales d'encadrement et d'accompagnement socio-professionnel des jeunes en vue de mettre ceux-ci à l'abri des sirènes d'endoctrinement et d'enrôlement des enfants soldats par les groupes terroristes. Ceci est une occasion pour moi d'exprimer ma gratitude à l'endroit des partenaires techniques et financiers pour leur soutien inestimable à l'endroit de nos États dans toutes les initiatives menées en matière de consolidation de paix, la stabilisation et le développement de nos territoires. Néanmoins, au regard du contexte, je lance un vibrant appel à tous les partenaires à renforcer davantage leur accompagnement pour un bassin du lac Tchad prospère, stable et développé. Mesdames et messieurs, avant de finir mon propos, je voudrais exhorter les participants à ce forum de se pencher sérieusement sur les questions relatives au financement des plans d'action territoriaux, outils essentiels pour la mise en œuvre efficace de la stratégie. J'insiste sur la coopération stratégique et politique et sur notre capacité à mettre en commun nos efforts et nos énergies au niveau régional pour une meilleure connectivité et une meilleure productivité, facteur important pour faire face aux menaces. Pour finir, je voudrais reconnaître ici le rôle joué par la Commission du bassin du lac Tchad et les encourager à continuer de jouer pleinement son rôle dans sa volonté manifeste de remplir le mandat que les États lui ont donné pour une intégration sociale réussie avec une région en paix et en sécurité. Vive la coopération sous-régionale, je vous remercie.
Her Excellency, they're talking about the importance of getting enough funding from donors so that the Governors Forum can continue to carry out the important activities that are necessary in order to secure the Lake Chad region and make it prosperous and safe. Another round of applause for her, please. Thank you. We are running a little behind, so I'd like to call on other speakers to please stand on existing protocols so that we can save as much time as possible and get through this program as quickly as possible. Allow me now to invite the co-chair of the International Support Group and Director for Civilian Crisis Prevention and Stabilization at the German Federal Foreign Office, Anka Fedulhusen, for her remarks. Thank you, ma'am. A round of applause for her, please, as she comes up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, Vice President, the Honorable Governors of the Lake Chad region, Ambassador Nuhu, distinguished partners, dear ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully I haven't forgotten any of our distinguished guests here today. Thank you for welcoming us so warmly here in Maiduguri, where I arrived this morning. I really consider it an honor to offer opening remarks in this lineup of extraordinary dignitaries. I would like to extend my gratefulness to you, Your Excellency, the Honorable Governor Mai Mala Buni, LCBC Executive Secretary Ambassador Nuhu, and the government of Nigeria for hosting us. Thank you very much. This Governors Forum is particularly important and comes at a really crucial time. With the work of the adapted LCBC AU's regional strategy and the launch of the new support and cooperation mechanisms, this year's forum is also a celebration of entering a new phase in our Lake Chad engagement. Thanks to the impressive work done by Ambassador Nuhu, the honorable governors and all the actors and partners gathered here today, astonishing progress in the face of adversity has been achieved. Displaced people returned to their homes, livelihoods were rebuilt, and hope was restored. At the same time, the challenges in the Lake Chad Basin region remain immense. We are facing a complex crisis when stability, poverty, and climate change converge. This Governors Forum represents the unique opportunity to ensure that the new beginning in terms of adapted strategy and new support mechanism are geared towards addressing these remaining challenges. It is absolutely vital that partners, governments, international organizations, civil society, and local communities come together under the roof of the regional strategy for the stabilization, recovery, and resilience of the Lake Chad Basin region. To succeed, we need to foster even greater coordination and collaboration across all levels. We need to take collective ownership of the strategy. I therefore call upon you all to support the special multi-partner delivery fund and the Nexus funding facility that we are going to launch today. The International Support Group has been a proud and unwavering supporter in the Lake Chad region and continues to stand with the people in the region to build a stable and prosperous future for the Lake Chad. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Son Excellence, pour votre allocution. Nous allons passer à l'allocution de la directrice du développement au commissariat de Grande-Bretagne au Nigeria, coprésidente du groupe de soutien international, Cynthia Rowe, pour son allocution.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by the Vice President Shettima Kashim, our host governor, Mai Mala Buni of Yobe, and our location host governor, Babagana Umara Zulum, and the honourable governors in the Lake Chad region, Madam Chair, and Ambassador Nuhu, Royal Highnesses, distinguished partners, please allow me to stand on protocols observed. Would you allow me to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to our gracious hosts for their exceptional hospitality and for organising this vital and timely conference. I also extend my appreciation to all the participants taking the time and effort to take part in this event. Over the course of this conference, we will engage in deep and I hope meaningful discussions on the pressing challenges facing the Lake Chad Basin region. And we know what they are. They are food security, there are development obstacles, the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration from armed groups, the crucial role of civil society, humanitarian and security and those trends, and crafting a cohesive regional strategy. And we know that these challenges are multifaceted and deeply interconnected, and that addressing them requires a comprehensive, combined approach that bridges local, national, and regional levels. And a central point here is that solutions and sustainable solutions must be rooted in the aspirations and the leadership of the region itself, and that is represented by all of these very powerful people here today. As members of the international community, we stand ready to support and amplify these efforts. And I remind myself and ourselves that it is essential to remember that we are here as allies, not leaders. The vision and drive for change must come from within the region, grounded in the voices, strengths, and ingenuity of the people and the institutions of this region. I believe this forum will foster partnerships, foster dialogue, and determination. And if we manage to do that, that will allow the Lake Chad Basin region to overcome these many challenges and unlock its full potential. So let us commit to generating momentum here and translating it into meaningful action which delivers for the people of this remarkable region. Thank you once again for your invaluable engagement. I have one thing to say that I have learnt, which is Hanu Daya, Baya Dalkan Jinka. Thank you.
That was an excellent attempt. I think she needs another round of applause. Right, Cynthia Rowe there talking about the importance of the people and the governments of the Lake Chad region having agency over what happens to the region, but committing to partnership and collaborations in a way that will drive change. Thank you so much for that again. Can I please invite the Director of Transition States Coordination Office of the AFDB, Dr. Yero Balde, for his remarks. A round of applause for him, please.
His Excellency Vice President, Excellencies, distinguished guests, I stand on existing protocol. It is both an honor and a privilege to address you today on behalf of the President of the African Development Bank Group, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, at this pivotal 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum. Allow me to begin by expressing our deepest gratitude to the government of Nigeria and to Honorable Maimola Buni, CON, Governor of Yobe State Government, for hosting us. I would also like to thank the Lake Chad Basin Commission, African Union Commission, UNDP, and all actors who have brought us together for this important gathering. This year's theme, Rebuilding the Lake Chad Basin, Consolidating Gains, Commitment to Peace, Cross-Border Cooperation, Security, and Sustainable Development for a Resilient Community, resonates deeply with the African Development Bank's 10-year strategy and its approach to addressing fragility and building resilience, and of course, its long-standing partnership with the Lake Chad Basin. Distinguished guests, the Lake Chad Basin, once a thriving hub of life and opportunity, has faced profound challenges over the past few decades. Climate change, population growth, and intensified human activities have caused the lake to shrink drastically, worsening poverty, youth unemployment, conflict, and displacement, and threatening the livelihoods of around 50 people who depend on it. Yet, amidst these adversities, the resilience and determination of the basin's communities offer a powerful testament to hope and renewal. At the upfront, allow me to highlight the African Development Bank's steadfast commitment to this hope and renewal. By way of background, the ongoing portfolio of the bank in Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon, and Chad stands around $5 billion, of which about $2 billion are invested in multinational projects across water, transport, environment, and social sectors to support the development goals of the Lake Chad Basin. To further deepen this engagement, the bank is proud to have signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Lake Chad Basin Commission in February 2024. This agreement reinforces and outlines our shared vision for stabilization, recovery, and resilience. The MOU strengthens our collaborative efforts towards enhancing water security, building community resilience, and fostering regional integration and economic growth. To reinforce this collaboration, the bank provided in 2024 a pivotal $9 million technical assistance project to prepare an investment program for the restoration of the lake's ecological functions by improving its water flow and promoting sustainable livelihoods in fishing and agriculture. Distinguished guests, the challenges of insecurity, displacement, and climate change in the Lake Chad Basin demand not just innovative and integrated solutions, but also coordinated action and strengthened partnerships. In this regard, the bank is committed to joint programming and co-financing with other partners. To this end, the bank is happy to have contributed $18 million to the $38 million ProStar project, which seeks to restore security, revitalize economies, and foster social cohesion in the Lake Chad Basin region. Additionally, as a key donor to the Regional Stabilization Facility and an active participant in the joint task force of it, the bank played an active role in 2024 by providing critical technical expertise to shape the revised regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience. For the next 5 years, this strategy will support our shared determination to address emerging challenges and establish a resilient and a sustainable future for the Lake Chad Basin. Excellencies, distinguished guests, this forum offers a unique opportunity to deepen collaboration, engage stakeholders, and craft bold strategies that leave no one behind. The African Development Bank remains steadfast in its resolve to work alongside governments, civil society, and international partners. Through the regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience, the territorial action plans that have been developed, and cross-border initiatives that exist, we can rebuild the Lake Chad Basin not merely as a region recovering from adversity, but as a beacon of resilience, peace, and opportunity for generations to come. I urge us all to engage in these discussions with purpose and urgency. Let us ensure that this forum translates our collective vision into actionable steps for a brighter, more secure future for the Lake Chad Basin. Thank you all.
Encore sous vos applaudissements, le directeur du Bureau de coordination des États des transitions à la Banque africaine de développement, le Dr Hierro Baldé. Nous allons continuer notre programme et nous allons inviter sur ce podium le représentant du directeur régional Afrique du PNUD, Dr Mathias Nab, pour son allocution.
Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented here by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, Honorable Maimela, our host, Your Excellencies, the Executive Governors of the 8 territories of the Lake Chad Basin, His Eminence, the Shehu of Borno, and all traditional rulers here present, Your Excellency, Ambassador Maman Nuhu, Executive Director of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, Your Excellency SRSG Leonardo Santos Simao of UNOWAS, and Your Excellency SRSG Abdul Abari of UNOCA. Let me also align with existing protocols and stand on them, with your permission. Good morning. It is both a privilege and a profound responsibility to address this distinguished assembly at the 5th Governors Forum of the Lake Chad Basin. Let me begin by expressing the deepest regret of Madam Ahuna Aziakonwa, the Assistant Secretary General and Director of Africa Bureau, UNDP, who was at the last minute held up by an urgent duty in New York. She would have wanted to be here in person, as she has done since the initiation of this forum. I want to thank my brother, Ambassador Nuhu, and the Lake Chad Basin Commission, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our host, His Excellency Governor Maimela Buni of Yobe State, and the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, for their steadfast leadership. I want to also thank our partners of the International Support Group for their continuous support over these years. Your unwavering commitment has brought us to this pivotal moment, and we shall continue to rely on this honest and open partnership with you to continue the work of supporting our government's efforts to stabilize and make this region resilient. We are gathered here at a time when this state and region have witnessed the fury of nature. Therefore, I would like to extend my heartfelt condolences to the governors and people of Borno State in Nigeria and Marwa in Cameroon, who were severely affected by the recent devastating floods. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families who have lost loved ones and the communities grappling with the aftermath of the disaster. These floods are a stark reminder of the intensifying impacts of climate change and the urgent need for collective action to build resilience and mitigate future risk. Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at a crossroads for the Lake Chad Basin, a region marked by its resilience and promise, but also by profound challenges. Together, through the Regional Strategy for Stabilization, Recovery and Resilience, through the Regional Stabilization for Recovery and Resilience of the Boko Haram affected areas, we have achieved remarkable progress. Communities that were once engulfed in despair now dare to hope again. These strides represent not only our collective determination, but also the extraordinary strength of the people and governments of the Lake Chad Basin. Yet, as we reflect on these achievements, we must confront the stark realities that persist. The region remains at the epicenter of converging crises. The devastating impacts of climate change, protracted insecurity, and the human toll of forced displacements. Recent flooding in Borno State and northern Cameroon has pushed countless families into displacement, further straining already vulnerable communities. These climate-induced disasters underscore the urgency of investing in resilience and adaptation measures. Additionally, the ongoing crisis in Sudan has had a profound impact on Chad and the wider Lake Chad Basin region. Millions have been forced into displacement, crossing borders into Chad, where the humanitarian and development systems are under immense pressure. This influx has not only created immediate humanitarian needs, but also placed long-term strain on the region's stability and resources, highlighting the interconnected nature of our challenges. These challenges are not merely statistics. They are lived realities exemplified by the story of a courageous mother in Nigeria who risked everything to protect her daughters from violence. Her resilience, like that of so many others, must drive us to act with urgency and purpose. This forum, a beacon of regional cooperation, offers us an invaluable opportunity to reshape the future. It calls for a paradigm shift in our engagement. We must prioritize inclusion, accountability, and solidarity, tackling root causes rather than symptoms. Governance must be strengthened, youth and women empowered, and climate adaptation accelerated. By investing in people and communities, we lay the foundation for enduring peace and stability. The launch of the new phase of the Regional Stabilization Facility and the Lake Chad Basin Regional Strategy for Stabilization, Recovery, and Resilience are milestones worth celebrating. These initiatives embody our collective resolve to continue to deliver meaningful change. They also underscore the need for partnerships that are agile, inclusive, and aligned with the aspirations of the region's people. UNDP remains steadfast in its commitment to these efforts, channeling resources through mechanisms like the Nexus Funding Facility to enhance resilience, expand economic opportunities, and rebuild trust between citizens and institutions. Also, UNDP is resolute in advancing the Women, Peace, and Security agenda, fostering women's leadership, and addressing sexual and gender-based violence. Sustainable development intertwined with environmental stewardship must remain central to our endeavors as we navigate the complex interplay of humanitarian, recovery, and development needs. I thank you for your kind attention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matthias Naab, representing the Regional Director, UNDP Africa. Before we move on, I'd like to just pause for a minute to acknowledge the presence of the Governor of Difa Region of Niger Republic, His Excellency, Brigadier General Muhammadu Ibrahim Bagadoma. He's in the building. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. A round of applause for him. Again, can I remind people that because we are running out of time, all speakers, please should stand on existing protocols. Let me call on the Commissioner, Political Affairs, Peace, let me call on the Special Representative of the UN Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel, Mr. Leonardo Santos Simao, for his remarks. Thank you, sir. A round of applause for him, please, as he comes up.
Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, ably represented by His Excellency Kassim Shettima, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency Maimal Buni, Executive Governor of Yobe State and host of the forum. Excellencies, the governors from Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria, representative of the African Union, Ambassador Maman Nuhu, Executive Secretary of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, representatives of the Multinational Joint Task Force, members of the diplomatic community, the SRG for Central Africa, Ambassador Abdul Abari, and dear friends and colleagues of the UN family, all protocols observed. Allow me at the outset to express my gratitude to the Lake Chad Basin Commission for associating the United Nations to this valuable and important forum, while commending the Lake Chad Basin Commission for its stewardship for the implementation of the stabilization strategy. I wish to acknowledge the efforts invested by the governors and member states over the years to foster inclusiveness and collaboration across borders in quest for sustainable peace and development in Lake Chad area. I would like to express special gratitude to the Governor of Yobe State, our host, and the wish to thank all parties involved
in the organization of today's meeting. The 50 Governors Forum takes place at a time of mixed dynamics. While efforts to combat violent extremism and terrorism have begun yielding positive results, new challenges have emerged, demanding sustained and focused attention from all stakeholders. While we acknowledge the competing priorities and the significant threats facing the countries of the region, we emphasize the need to remain fully engaged in the LCB area to consolidate the hard-won gains of the past decade. It is essential to sustain the positive outcomes of the stabilization strategy and the work of the multinational joint task force, enabling the area to develop and serve as a model for other parts of the region. Today, it stands as the only effective and promising sub-regional mechanism in combating the scourge of terrorism we are facing. We cannot afford to relapse. My colleague, the Special Representative of the Secretary General for Central Africa, Mr. Abdul Abari, and I visited Chad last November, where we witnessed firsthand the challenges on the ground and assessed the scale of the work still ahead of us, but also the willingness to advance despite all odds. Yesterday in Bama, a town rising from the ashes with invaluable support from different partners, we were made aware of the challenges still faced, notwithstanding the tremendous efforts by the government to revive this area. As the LCBC and government's concerns prepare to launch the implementation of the Adjusted Strategy for Stabilization, Recovery and Resilience, I call upon member states of the sub-region to fully take ownership of the process. In this regard, I wish to welcome the proposal to adjust the territorial action plans as a key mechanism for advancing the regional strategy at the national and local levels. I assure you that the UN resident coordinators and country teams will continue to play their role as key partners in the effort to advance an holistic approach in the challenges facing the region. I also encourage all parties to sustain their support for the region in a coherent, coordinated, and sustainable manner, ensuring that the implementation of the regional stabilization strategy remains people-centered at all levels. Furthermore, I take note of the discussions held during the meeting of the Interagency Task Force on 16 November, and I reiterate the United Nations commitment to support the Lake Chad Basin Commission and the region through political, strategic, and technical support in their pursuit of peace and stability development. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to mention the Cameroon-Nigeria Mixed Commission, established in 2002 to implement the International Court of Justice ruling on the border dispute, which has been pivotal in fostering peace and stability in the Lake Chad Basin. I commend both countries for their commitment to finalize the process for regional peace and call upon partners to support efforts aimed at assisting the affected populations, promoting a sustainable development, peace building, and social cohesion in the impacted regions. I thank you very much for your kind attention.
Merci au représentant spécial du secrétaire général des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Sahel, Leonardo Santos Simao. Thank you. Nous allons sans plus tarder inviter le colonel Gatabi Beda Tumushabe, j'espère que j'ai bien prononcé son nom, pour la déclaration au nom de l'Union africaine. Sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, sir, I would like to stand on the existing protocol. I'm Kanobeda Tumshabe, here to read the statement of the African Union Commission. Today marks exactly 10 years since the African Union Peace and Security Council at its 484 meeting held on 29th of January 2015 authorized the multinational joint task force to deal with the threat of Boko Haram in the Lake Chad Basin region. We therefore offer these remarks with a deep sense of reflection. The MNJTF was tasked with ensuring a secure and stable environment in areas affected by the insurgency, mitigating violent attacks against civilians, and facilitating stabilization programs across the region. Building on the MNJTF's notable achievements, the African Union Peace and Security Council in December 2018 endorsed the regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience of Boko Haram affected areas in the Lake Chad Basin region. In the last few years, the implementation of this strategy has sought to consolidate progress and provide comprehensive framework for recovery. During this period, many sacrifices have been made, with numerous uniformed personnel paying the ultimate price. These sacrifices, have led to gradual but meaningful progress in both security and development across the region. Stabilization efforts have positively impacted affected areas by facilitating the return of internally displaced peoples and refugees to their homes, enabling humanitarian and development organizations to operate safely, and contributing to the large-scale surrender of Boko Haram combatants and their families. With the recent reports from the region highlighting progress in the affected areas, the African Union Commission, like other stakeholders, appreciates the gradual transition from stabilization to recovery. To sustain the trend, it is critical to recalibrate priorities to address emerging challenges and opportunities in the region. It is on account of this that the African Union Commission welcomes efforts to adjust the regional strategy for stabilization, recovery, and resilience, and revise the territorial action plans to reflect the new pillars. Once completed, there is a dual imperative for governors and member states to mainstream the adjusted regional stabilization strategy into their national budgets to ensure effective allocation of funds for its activities, and for multilateral agencies and international partners to maintain their interest and financial support to stabilization activities in the region. Since 2018, our partners have shown the way, leveraging the full complement of their networks, resources, and capacity to support stabilization and development activities in the region. The African Union has sought to modestly support this commitment through its $1 million grant to the Lake Chad Basin Commission to reinforce stabilization efforts, and through its additional support package to the multinational joint task force since 2015 in form of supplies, services, and finances, including up to $800,000 committed annually to civil military cooperation projects across the multinational joint task force sectors. The magnitude of the challenges in the Lake Chad Basin often dwarfs the resources available to address them. Thus, while commending the unwavering financial and material contributions from countries and organizations supporting stabilization and development efforts, it is imperative to broaden the scope of the engagement. The Commission therefore takes this opportunity to call on additional stakeholders to explore and establish new avenues of support, ensuring the sustained momentum required to drive recovery and resilience in the region. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Africa stands at a critical crossroads, poised between transformative opportunities and complex challenges. Achieving sustainable peace and stability across our diverse nations requires steadfast dedication, strategic foresight, and cohesive collaboration. At the Conflict Management Directorate of the Africa Union Commission, we believe that cross-border cooperation is key to accelerating stabilization and recovery in the Lake Chad Basin. We will therefore continue to lend our political and technical support to platforms such as Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum that seek to boost collaborative humanitarian and development activities in the Lake Chad Basin region. We therefore reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that what we started in 2018 through our support for the development of the Lake Chad Basin Stabilization Strategy achieves the expected impact. This will undoubtedly bring us closer to silencing the guns in Africa and realizing the goals of Agenda 2063. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your kind attention.
Another round of applause for him, please. Thank you so much again. Yeah, it's almost time to bring out the big masquerade, I promise. We're almost there. And we're starting with other really important people that are part of this initiative. Let me start by inviting the Executive Secretary of the LCBC and Head of Mission of MNJTF, Ambassador Mamang Nuhu, for his remarks. A round of applause, please.
His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our host, the Executive Governor of Yobe State. Let me stand on the already well-established protocol. It is both a privilege and a solemn responsibility to make these remarks at the opening of the 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum. This gathering under the theme, Rebuilding the Lake Chad Basin, Consolidating Gains, Commitment to Peace, Cross-Border Cooperation, Security and Sustainable Development for a Resilient Community, reflects the profound challenges we face as well as the shared determination to overcome them. As we convene here, we are reminded of the profound suffering endured by millions in this region as a result of the Boko Haram insurgency, and yet we are also heartened by the resilience of our communities, the strides we have made, and the vision we collectively hold for a peaceful, secure, and prosperous Lake Chad Basin. Your Excellencies, the Lake Chad Basin, a region once celebrated as a cradle of prosperity and human advancement, has been deeply scarred by years of violence, displacement, and environmental degradation. These scars are visible in the faces of our people, millions of whom have been forced from their homes, separated from their families, and deprived of their basic rights and security, education, and livelihoods. Yet, even in the face of these challenges, we have witnessed the strength of our communities, the resolve of our leaders, and the unyielding spirit of collaboration among the governments and people of the 8 affected territories. The Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum, since its inception, has played a pivotal role in advancing this collaboration. It has provided a space for dialogue, fostered a spirit of cooperation across borders, and driven forward the implementation of the Regional Stabilization Strategy, a strategy that provides a roadmap for addressing the root causes of instability and rebuilding a region that has suffered far too long. We have seen tangible progress in critical areas. Communities have begun to rebuild their lives through livelihoods restoration programs. The return of displaced persons to their homes is being facilitated in ways that prioritize safety, dignity, and sustainability. And security forces have enhanced coordination to reduce threats and create safer spaces for development initiatives to flourish. These achievements, though commendable, remind us that much work remains to be done. Your Excellencies, this forum is not just a platform for discussion. It is a catalyst for action. It is a space where leaders converge to share ideas, address challenges, and chart a course for meaningful and measurable progress. At its core, the Governors Forum is a testament to the belief that the challenges we are facing transcend borders and require collective solutions. Boko Haram insurgency has demonstrated that instability in one corner of our region reverberates across the entire basin. As such, our responses must be coordinated, regional, and inclusive. This year's theme reminds us of the interconnectedness of peace, security, development, and resilience. It is a call to consolidate the gains we have made, to commit ourselves anew to cross-border cooperation, and to place sustainable development at the heart of our efforts to rebuild the Lake Chad Basin. While the commitment of governments is central to achieving these goals, the importance of multi-stakeholder engagement cannot be overstated. Our success depends on the active participation of civil society, the private sector, humanitarian and development partners, and most importantly, the communities themselves. I commend the efforts of international organizations and donor partners who have stood by us in our times of need. Your support has been instrumental in alleviating suffering, restoring hope, and building capacity for sustainable development. I also wish to emphasize the critical role of our communities. The people of the Lake Chad Basin are not mere recipients of aid. They are agents of change and stewards of their own destiny. Our task is to empower them, to listen to their needs and aspirations, and to ensure that they are at the center of all our efforts. Your Excellencies, as we embark on our discussions and deliberations of this forum, let us be guided by a sense of urgency and responsibility. The stakes are high, and the lives of millions depend on our ability to translate dialogue into action and ambition into outcomes. We must build on the successes of the regional stabilization strategy by scaling up investments in priority areas and ensuring that resources are allocated where they are needed most. We must strengthen the mechanisms for monitoring and evaluating our progress to ensure accountability and transparency, and we must deepen cross-border cooperation to address shared challenges, including reintegration of ex-combatants, the management of natural resources, and the mitigation of climate-related risks. Above all, we must remember that the ultimate goal of our efforts is to create a resilient Lake Chad Basin, a region where people can live in peace, access opportunities, and build better futures for themselves and their children. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the journey ahead will not be easy, but it is a journey worth taking. The Lake Chad Basin has endured immense suffering, but it is also a region of immense potential, a region whose people have demonstrated remarkable strength, creativity, and perseverance. Let this forum serve as a turning point, a moment when we recommend ourselves to the ideas of peace, cooperation, and sustainable development. Together, we can transform the Lake Chad Basin into a region that embodies resilience, opportunity, and hope. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your presence, your commitment, and your contributions. I am confident that the outcomes of this forum will lay the foundation for a brighter future for the Lake Chad Basin and its people. I thank you very much for listening.
Merci, Son Excellence, secrétaire exécutif de la CBLT, chef de la mission de la FMM, Mamanouhou. Alors, sans plus tarder, je vais inviter l'avant-dernier interlocuteur, l'avant-dernière allocution. Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, nous avançons à grands pas vers la fin de cette cérémonie d'ouverture du 5e forum des gouverneurs de la Commission du Bassin du lac Tchad. On stage, please applaud to the Chief of Defense Staff, le chef d'état-major de la République fédérale du Nigeria, Général C.G. Moussa OFR. Please come on stage.
Your Excellency, the President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by our Vice President, our own, who has stood by us all the way through. Other Excellencies are here, the eminence, royal fathers. Please permit me to stand with the already established protocols. It's always heartwarming for me when I come to Maiduguri, because Maiduguri is my home. Maiduguri has given us the ability to showcase our professionalism in the course of our duties, and we remain ever grateful to the people of Maiduguri. His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Excellencies, other governors of the Northeast, including the Lake Chad region, we want to say a very big thank you. My presence here is just to appreciate you all for all the support you have given to members of the armed forces and other security agencies. We want to assure you that we're here together with you all the way. Success for us is the ability of the IDPs to go back to their communities, refugees to go back to their countries, and for the Lake Chad region to flourish all the way. We know how it used to be before. It is our desire that we go back to that. We all have continued to sacrifice together, and it is important that we remain the course. Like it was said, it is not time for speeches, but time for action. We want to see the Lake Chad fully back. We want to also appeal and thank you for the support to the Multinational Joint Task Force. It is a success story. But we want to continue to do more. And we can only do more if we get more support. The kinetic and non-kinetic actions must go together. And that is the only way we're going to get results. Mr. Vice President, sir, I want to say a very big thank you, Your Excellencies. I want to also repeat that the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies are here all the way to ensure that the Lake Chad region is fully back to its course. I'm very happy and glad to hear that the governor of Diffa is here. I want to assure him and all members that we are one family. There is no dispute between us that cannot be solved. So it is our appeal to them to ensure that they come back fully into the fold so that as brothers and sisters, we can continue to forge forward for the good of Africa. Challenges will always come, but we shall prevail. The good people of the Northeast have shown resilience, that despite years of challenges, of hardship, of difficulties, they have remained strong and determined. And together, we shall succeed. Thank you very much.
A bigger round of applause, please, for the man who leads the soldiers and the armed forces that continue to sacrifice and keep us safe. Please clap for him again. As we get ready to invite His Excellency, can I ask the media to come and set up? Media, I understand you want to set up your cameras in readiness for His Excellency's speech. Okay. As Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Distinguished Kashim Shettima, GCFR, hosted the first ever Lake Chad Governors Forum right here in Borno in 2018. It is therefore with gratitude for the leadership he continues to provide for rebuilding the Lake Chad region, now as Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, that we welcome him to this 5th edition of the Lake Chad Governors Forum as representative of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Excellency, we are ready for you. Welcome.
Kindly sit down, please. Okay. Your Excellency, the Governor of Yobe State and the host of the 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum, Honorable Buni, CON, Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI. Your Excellency, the Governor of Adamawa State, Dr. Amadou Umaru Fintiri, CON. Her Excellency, the Governor of Hajar Lamis Province, Republic of Chad, and Chairman of Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum, Madam Iljima Abdulrahman. Your Excellency, the Governor of Far North Region of the Republic of Cameroon, Alhaji Mujinyawa Bakari. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lak Province, Republic of Chad, General Saleh Hagar Tijani. Your Excellency, the Governor of Diffa Region, Republic of Niger, Brigadier General Muhammadu Ibrahim Bagadoma. Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors of Borno and Yobe States, the Elder Statesman Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, And I crave your indulgence, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to use Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, GCON, as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all members of the National Assembly present here. The National Chairman of the APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the Secretary of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, Ambassador Mamman Nuhu, my colleagues in the Federal Executive Council, Your Excellencies, I crave your indulgence to recognize and appreciate all our royal fathers present here, through His Eminence the Sheikh of Borno, Al-Haji Dr. Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbay Al-Amin Al-Kanimi, and the Emir of Pika, His Royal Highness Al-Haji Abali Muhammad Ibn Idrisa. Heads of government agencies and parastatals, and I would like to use Mr. Muhammad Paul, UN Assistant Secretary General, and the humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria as my point of reference to recognize heads of international agencies, civil society organizations, and non-governmental organizations present here. I would like to use the Ambassador of the Republic of Egypt to Nigeria, Ambassador Mohammed Pout, as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all our esteemed diplomats present here. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gabin Musa, was once the theater commander here in Maiduguri. It's from here that God elevated him to the higher pedestal. And I would like to use him as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all security heads of paramilitary organizations that are present here. To our esteemed legislators and members of the Executive Council from Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa State, my points of references are the secretaries to the governments of Borno and Yobe states, and the speakers of the Houses of Assembly of Borno and Yobe states. Members of the diplomatic corps, once again, members of the press, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The Lake Chad region is not at ease, and neither should we be. This promised land of opportunity, which binds together the destinies of nations, has been challenged in ways that defy our shared history. Over the past decade and a half, the chain of events disrupting the stability of this region reminds us of why we need one another more than ever before. These challenges demand that we will power responsibly to guarantee the safety and prosperity of our people. I am delighted to join this quest for a collective and objective response. The successes we have recorded in repelling threats to our borders and sovereignty by non-state actors owe much to the joint missions we have embarked upon. These hard-won victories are a testament to the strength of our cooperation. As such, the guarantee of peace must remain paramount, even when domestic politics or policies seek to undermine the nobility of our agreements to serve the people. We must not allow the geopolitical tensions across the world to sow discord amongst us, nor should we permit ourselves to become tools in any proxy agenda. The salvation of the Lake Chad region is neither in Europe nor in the Americas. It lies in the hands of all those gathered here today. You, distinguished representatives of this forum, embody not only our collective will to protect the region, but also the transformative potential that stability brings. The true enemies remains the non-state actors, those who exploit weak borders, poor governance, and fragile economies to challenge our claim to civilization. However, the worst threat we may face is not the insurgents or terrorists at odds with our humanity. It is the absence of cooperation, sincerity, and fidelity to our shared pact as brothers keepers. We undermine this pact when we renege on agreements to secure our borders, when misinformation and falsehood breed this mistrust, and when we jeopardize the freedom and choices of our people. Yes, the region has been severely threatened by Boko Haram and the so-called Islamic State in West Africa province ISWAP. Yet none of these groups stands a chance against the collective strength of the state, let alone a multinational arrangement such as ours. Together, we hold the power to shield the defenseless and protect innocent lives, the very foundation of our humanity and well-being. Every part of the world is grappling with its own unique challenges. As conflicts rage and governance struggles intensify, global military expenditure has reached a historic $2.4 trillion in 2023, with no signs of slowing down. These figures reflect the resurgence of hard power and the fractures deepening in our international order. But let us not forget that hard power, detached from the moral imperatives of justice and diplomacy, only widens the very divides it seeks to bridge. Your Excellencies, your Royal Fathers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our response to these threats must be multifaceted. While military solutions are indispensable, they must be complemented by strategies that addresses the root causes of our insecurity: poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunities for our youth and women. It is a tragic irony that Africa, a continent with the youngest population in the world, sees its youth become cannon fodder to destructive ideologies and the drivers of conflict. This is the challenge before us: to transform the demographic dividend into a force for good. Power's true essence lies not just in its possession, but in its application. Hard power may secure borders, but it is soft power through diplomacy, culture, and shared values that builds bridges and binds us together. This is the vision that the Lake Chad Governance Forum seeks to pursue, whether through our collective commitment to the African Continental Free Trade Area or our contributions to advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We must adopt partnerships that benefit us all. The choices we make today will echo through generations, shaping the future of this region. What binds us together supersedes whatever that divides us. I call on all of us, irrespective of differences in our political affiliations, religious persuasion, tribal or sectional backgrounds, let us as a region collectively fuse into one to face our common enemy. Our common enemies are poverty, destitution, and lack of opportunities. Once we engage the youth, once we create opportunities, this madness of Boko Haram, of ISWAP, will evaporate. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on this note, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ECFR, I hereby declare open the 5th meeting of the Lake Chad Basin Governance Forum. May our deliberations be fruitful, our resolutions bold, and our actions transformative. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Another round of applause, please, for His Excellency, who thinks about the things that bind us are bigger than the things that divide us, and collectively we can work on making our life better.
Avec une fois de plus.
This doesn't help. Okay. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close with two national anthems, Niger Republic and Nigeria. Can I please ask everyone to be on their feet?
Avec toutes nos excuses, nous reprendrons l'hymne national du Niger et clôturerons avec l'hymne du Nigeria.
After the national anthem, there will be group photographs that will be taken outside, starting with our excellencies that are on stage, followed by traditional rulers. We will announce the groups as the time comes. Okay?
Merci de retenir que nous allons, après avoir joué les deux hymnes du Nigeria et du Niger, nous allons procéder à la photo de famille. Deux types de photos vont être faites, une ici sur la scène et les autres se tiendront à l'extérieur. Merci de garder vos places pour le moment.
National Anthem of Niger.
Des rives du Niger aux confins du Ténéré, frères et sœurs, nous sommes enfants d'une même patrie, le Niger, nourri de la sève des mêmes idéaux, pour un Niger de paix, libre, fort et uni, pour un Niger prospère, le pays de nos rêves, pour l'honneur de la patrie. Au prix de notre sang, faisons du Niger symbole de dignité, emblème et flambeau de l'Afrique qui avance. Pour ces nobles idéaux, debout et en avant pour le travail, en avant pour le combat. Nous demeurons debout, portant haut le drapeau de notre cher pays dans le ciel d'Afrique et dans tout l'univers, pour construire ensemble un monde de justice, de paix et de progrès, et pour faire du Niger la fierté de l'Afrique.
Pour clôturer, l'hymne national du Nigeria. Merci, merci, merci. Nous informons qu'une conférence de presse aura lieu dans cette salle avec les personnalités suivantes: le secrétaire exécutif de la CBLT, le gouverneur de l'État de Yobe, le représentant du directeur régional africain du PNUD, le représentant de l'Union.